guys, welcome to Salty Reflections. I'm Stephanie, this is my handsome husband Oliver, and we are going on a beach exploring excursion today. So
we brought you on this Barrier Island beach right here in South Carolina. Hurricane Debby has just come out of Georgia, went right off the coast here and come in a little bit further north of us right here, but it has left behind a ton of beach treasures on this Barrier Island beach. You can see that we've been picking beach treasures up. One of the cool finds that we have found here is part of this gigantic horse conch. Lots of non-whelks, beauties that we've shared, pear whelks, sand dollars, channel whelks, beach trash, just things that we find interesting and wanted to take you on the last part of this walk back to our boat here in South Carolina. We've got about 3/4 of a mile to make it back to where we have anchored our boat, and look down through here what we're about to take you looking through. This beach is covered in shells today.
we do apologize for any wind noise. We've been having camera issues, so we have had to switch cameras, and we don't know how it's going to do with the wind. Trash.
Take a minute, Steph, and just, go over the common shells that are here on our beaches in South Carolina.
So we see lots of oyster shells, cohol clam shells, bark shells.
These are the ones that we like to try to collect because they're some of the biggest shells that we have here in our area. They're the knob whelks, and these things can get over 10 inches in length.
There's another here.
We found olive shells today. We found whelk shells, the channel whelks, the arcs, the jackknife razor clams, the giant eastern murex, what we thought was a lace murex,
Pin shells.
We're mostly picking up shells today for a shell garden. It's just, outside yard garden with all the shells. And you can see this shell right here got a lot of the little tiny holes from one of the boring sponges that have attached to it or has attached to it and sucked the nutrients out of the shell.
Sailor's ear, there's a channel duck clam, little moon snails, lots and lots and lots of oyster shells. Little razor clam there. Broken black whelk shell.
Look at the size of some of these cockles.
They have such unique colors. Some of them, they get their color from being stuck in the sediment in this dark pluff bud that we have here in South Carolina, and it leaves them with black and blue hues, which we just love. Oh, look at the orange in this one. A little broken beauty. some of the coral that we see here. Oh, look at that island. That's a big one.
That is. Nice. Nice beach find.
Huh. No idea.
What does it feel like?
It feels like it's just mud that is hardened. I see a little tip of a periwinkle stuck in this end of it. But it almost looks like it's mud that's wrapped around something, but I'm not sure. I'm gonna leave it.
Man, look at all these shells we're about to come up on here now. And most of this is oyster shells. Very common shells here in this area. A lot of oyster shells grow around our banks and river banks or shallow areas in the waters and the flats here. Angel wing, very, very fragile little shell. Not even going to try to keep that one.
Got one there as well, a little small one. A broken channel whelt, but look at this little lightning whelt.
Oh, that's a nice one. Very
cool.
nice. Did you find that big moon snail that we found earlier, stuff in here? This was a cool find too. Very fragile hair welt. We're looking for a shell that we just picked up a few minutes ago.
Yeah, when the camera was acting up, so we're not sure if we have any footage of it. So I'm assuming that's why he's wanting to show it again. Is because we're not sure if we've seen it with you to start with. Although I'm not seeing it now either.
That's okay.
It's in here somewhere.
We'll make do with what we got.
Big jingle shell. Big jingle.
Don't worry about it, sir. I'm looking at it.
few really pretty shark eye shells, the moon snails, and a little stone crab claw.
Cool. We'll get a better look at those. And you can see the little hole, the bored holes into each one of them. But that was a little busted, but this one is a prime example of it.
Yeah, when they get chips around those little bored holes, that's probably how this one got even busted up more.
And that's probably where another shell has actually bored into that shell and was the demise of that shell. Probably ate it, sucked it out of it. Look here. This little tiny.
It's a pretty little one. Black whale and another moon snail with a little empty barnacle shell on it. Angel wing, gray and cream in color and almost black on the inside.
Olive, right here stuff, 2 of them. Olive shells, South Carolina State shell right here where we're from.
Bit.
That's a fragile little parallel. Another really big cockle. So that storm definitely washed up a good bit of stuff here. And that's why we wanted to come out here and take a look today. Hinged arcs. Florida cockle.
Got a really old pear whelk shell here. It's already turned gray in color. Some oysters, black oysters attached to it.
Cool find. Look at this little guy. Little small channel whelk. Makes a good set with these others.
Pretty.
Little pear whelk. Wow, that's a big channel whelk. Pretty nice, really nice edge. What type of crab is that, Steph?
Calico crab. We call it a leopard crab.
Ooh.
Very pretty. Very fragile. We'll see if that survives the trip.
Yeah, some of these shells and stuff we're picking up, they may not even survive the ride back to the house. The boat ride to the landing and then the ride from there to the house. We hope so.
We're going to try and be as careful with them as we can.
Man, it's amazing all the colors that you can find washed up on a beach.
And Murex.
No, this is not a murex. It's just part of a knob whelk that a boring sponge has attacked. And here's the top of a horseshoe crab.
What would have been a big channel whelk would have been pretty too, those oranges and blacks.
Nice knob whelk,
Check this out.
dark in color.
I'm not going to touch it because I know you're not allowed to mess with these or touch these. But check this out right here on the ground. It's the sea turtle egg. I wasn't sure that's what it was, but I've already passed 2 or 3. I thought it was a balloon. There's another one right back here, only a few feet away. So once we pass the 3rd one, I'm pretty positive that's what it is. Like I said, I thought it was a balloon. Oh, there's 4. There's one there. There's one here. There's one here.
So definitely
one here.
turtle's nest probably just had hatched, or either the storm washed these eggs up. Here. There's another. So had to be a good size mound of eggs. There's a couple more here. Big olive. Nice.
More of the egg casing, or the egg shells up there.
Angeline. There's an angeline right there in front of stuff.
Just got a big crack across
Big crack across that one. You want?
No, it's got chips up on the edges already.
And these eggs are everywhere. Here, there. I mean, just everywhere. This has to be, 20 or more that we've seen in the last 15 foot or feet. Nice piece of a channel whelp. Nice find. And we're making it down through this area just in time. And if you want to see more videos like this, just look back through our playlist. This is actually the 3rd part of this journey down this beach today. And we started out down on the low tide section and worked our way up because we knew we wouldn't have time to find what was down there if we would have started up here on our way down the beach. We've walked this beach 1.5 miles one way, and we're walking, 1.5 miles back to our boat.
Sea whip or sea coral. It's a soft type of coral.
Yep.
Sea whip. And look right here behind you. Oh, never mind. My bad. This piece of reed. I thought it was a bullet casing.
Yeah, we do find some ammunition casing out here from military busted little small pear whelp. You want this one, Steph?
Sure, I'll try to keep up with it.
Another example of the Florida cockle. Saltwater mussels, shark-eye shell or moon snail, more cockles, quahog clam. Here's a different type of crab right here, Shell. What is that one?
Not really sure what the name of that is. Looks like the back of a little stone crab, but I'm not really 100% certain. Little pear whelp.
Yeah, we found a couple of nice little pear whelps like that today, or quite a few. And you can see right up on this beach that there's a stop right there. It's marked in orange. It has some numbers and stuff on it. And that is where a sea turtle has come out and laid eggs. And people come out and find those nesting areas. And there's markings on them to let you know like how many eggs were found there. You know, just different stuff where they're trying to help protect those sea turtles.
Just a dried up starfish leg. I picked it up, I wasn't sure what it was to start with. That would have been a big starfish though.
More angel wings. Pull this thing off.
Look at here. Florida fighting conch. It's got some coral buildup on it, some deceased coral. Just the broken shell of a Florida fighting conch.
I'm kind of glad we're getting close to being back to the boat. We've been out here walking for about maybe 2.5, 3 hours, I'm thinking. This cart's getting heavy.
Yeah, it is.
So we're taking turns with it. And we're swapping back, trying to let each other help out with the camera, video, and then also help with pulling this cart.
And trying to look for shells the whole time with you guys. Finding some beauties.
Oh yeah, that last one there, that was really nice. And I was about to walk across it. Which, like I said, I'm getting a little tired. We are just coming over around the COVID, and we've been, you know, sick pretty good, and have heard that this COVID is going back round pretty bad. Especially if someone said down in Florida, that area, and guess what? We just came back from Florida, so we may have caught it down there. But anyhow, you know, we're 90-some% well now, but after this 3-hour walk, it has really drained me.
Yeah, I'm pretty exhausted. And that wagon is heavy. He's pulling it double-handed just to give him some extra leverage. Oh, it's still alive. And the water is right here, so I'm just gonna put it back down into the water. There's a little whelk there. Another there.
Here, whelk, there, whelk, everywhere, whelk. That's what we love. We love these whelks because, you know, they're the biggest shells in our area, or some of the biggest.
Jackknife razor clam.
the ones of you, you know, that may be in the path of Debby, the hurricane, you know, it's sad to see the areas that were flooded, and my heart goes out to you guys. Here in South Carolina, we were fortunate in this area. I think we ended up with about 12 or 13 inches of rain, and most of the flooding that occurred here only happened from the rain. We were very fortunate. We maybe got 40 to 50 mile per hour winds, but right up the coast, 8 miles from us here, little island called Edisto Beach Island, or Edisto Island, they did get a tornado that spun off of there. There was some houses that got damaged and some small businesses. You know, our hearts go out to them as well, and I'm sure they're getting help. And I know the areas along the Edisto River and stuff, I've seen posts where they're hoping that something happens, that they start getting some federal funding to help the ones that have been in the path of this hurricane here along the interior or the Midlands of South Carolina. Also, they're hoping for some federal funding to help out those areas, and I know if you're like me, I stand behind that. Some of our tax money that we pay in to help these people. That's what we're asking. It's our money. Spend it. You know, help the people in our communities here in the U.S. You know, we help a lot of other places, and when it's time to help the ones right here, we need to step up and make sure we're doing that also, right?
Broken welt there. Wow, that's a big cockle.
Big old great cockle there. As we get closer and closer back this way, a lot of people that venture out to these barrier islands, or this one in particular, we're getting closer to where they would have beached their boats. So a lot of the finds that we find, the nicer ones, maybe where you would venture out on a further walk. So as we get back closer, we're just gonna have to see what shows up. And I mean, probably the odds of finding nicer shells or more odd shells gets a little bit less the further we walk.
And we can't complain. We've got a wagon full of beach treasures.
We don't need no more. We really don't need no more shells. But we do love coming out here just because it gives us something to do.
And we like taking you guys along on beach walks. We know there's some of you guys who can't do this anymore or have never been able to do this, don't live near a beach close enough to do this. You know, we talk to people who haven't even had a vacation to the beach ever. So to live in a gorgeous area like this and to have the opportunity and the ability to do so is just a great thing to us. We are thankful for it.
And we're just overwhelmed with the love that we've received from others from all over this country, and not only this country, but all over the world that has, you know, took part in watching our videos, you know, that we make right here in South Carolina. We have touched people all over the world, and it is such a good feeling to have it, you know, in your heart that you know you did something that is helping others in some sort of way. And it may be someone who's right now you looking and you know, you may be laying in a bed where you can't really get up, and you know, our heart goes out to you, and we tell you we're going to do things, and we'll continue to try to do those things. And that's why I ask that if you do like videos like this, please make sure you leave a like, and subscribe. The likes and stuff really help, that it will show YouTube to show others our videos, and we would ask you to not skip through our videos, because you're decreasing the chances of someone that that wants to watch videos like this. You are the ones that decrease the chances of them to be able to do it, because it's all set up by an algorithm. You're competing against a computer algorithm, and that is the way videos are. And when the longer they're watched and viewed by others, then guess what? They get passed on to others so they can be seen.
Yeah, YouTube shows it to other people. If you get lots of people who are actually watching or liking the videos, commenting, the ones that get skipped through a lot, YouTube takes that as the fact that people don't like them as much, and they don't show the video in other people's feeds as much. So it's all an algorithm, and YouTube just, that computer shows the people that they think is going to watch it or that they're going to like it.
That's right.
Busted up sand dollars. Got one little hole in the center and one over to the side. Same thing with that shark eye shell there. A little busted up. Millions and millions of shells along this beach. And we're getting closer to high tide now. So as you guys who have been with us on previous parts of this walk or even other beach walks, when the low tide is here, or when the tide goes out and it's low tide, this beach goes way out past those pylons there. So, there's lots and lots of shells up on this beach. Tons and tons of shells under the water right now. Sea whip. Purple color on there, and then there is some sea whip here that's yellow, and it's got some purple pieces mixed in with it. And here is some sea whip that all of the soft outer coating has already washed off of or came off of as it's been tumbled through the waves. You can see all that color is gone. Broken piece of a wilt that a boring sponge has gotten a hold of, and you see it has really did a number on it. Oh man, that would have been a really big one too. It'll go good in the shell garden.
Drink some of this water.
Big piece of a broken channel wilt.
Just a couple big oysters that I find pretty interesting.
grab this bottle. This is the type of the seaweed that we have here as well. I'm not really sure what the name of this type is, but when it's alive, it's almost like an orange reddish color. So this one is more freshly deceased, I'm assuming, just because of the coloration of it. And that brown one has most likely been deceased a lot longer. More beach trash. Then we got some yellow sea whip there. And we're getting back to some of this trash we said we would pick up on the way back. Another piece of sea whip.
We encourage anybody that's watching these videos, if you are able to get out on the beach and you run across trash on the beach, we always ask that you pick up more than what you brought with you. Always be a part of a greater solution than a part of the problem itself.
That's right. Check this little hole out, or big hole actually. Let's see what it is. I don't know if it looks kind of like a hole maybe dug by an animal or something like that. Maybe one of those raccoons or something like that trying to dig up one of these sea turtles' nests.
Nice specimen right there.
Yeah, it is. Pretty well. It's got some little oysters attached on it. You can see they are open, and that piece is gone off of that side of the oyster, so the oysters that are on it are deceased as well.
This cart is bogging down. Look at it.
Yep.
I'm thinking this cart is probably weighing 100 pounds right now.
At least. Big broken piece of an orange whelk. More trash.
And there's no way for us to pick up all the trash that we see, but at least we're helping out.
Yeah, we try to pick up what we can. Ghost crab, he was flipped over, so he is completely deceased. And you can see his little eye stalks there, and that was me moving his little claws there. Think she'd want this in her shell garden? No? Alright, so I'm gonna leave it there. So if you see this and you did want it in your shell garden, you let me know. Would you have wanted it in your shell garden?
Well, this is where we're going to call it. This video is over and done with. Like I said, we appreciate each and every one of you that's come along on our videos. Ask you to leave a like. If you like content like this and you think others would be interested in it. If not, we understand. You guys take care and stay safe. We love each and every one of you out there, no matter which way you choose to go, like or dislike. That's up to you. Have a good day. Love you.
Bye, y'all.